Now, the National Prosecuting Authority says that tertiary institutions have a significant role in combating gender-based violence. The NPA was part of the Anti-Gender-Based Violence and Femicide Assembly held at the University of Cape Town on Thursday. One of the many topics on the agenda included a discussion on partnerships the South African Police Service and universities could forge to deal with sexual assault allegations on campuses. But here's eNCA's reporter Kevin Brandt with more on the story.
Students from universities and TVET colleges in the Western Cape gathered to address the challenges they face when dealing with GBV cases.
We need to have a common understanding, first of all, around what GBVF is. As far as I'm concerned, it's not a social ill. It is rather various acts, both contact and non-contact. In other words, physical or non-physical, which are deemed criminal offences in this country.
More than 10,500 women have been raped in South Africa during the first 3 months of this year. These students say the judiciary, police and civil society must help in waging the war against gender-based violence and femicide.
It's really sad also to think of what's happening in such a beautiful country, South Africa. So I really think it's so important that they zoom in on this topic, gender-based violence, because I mean, I could also be a victim, you know.
Our significance in being here is to take cognizance, acquire information, collaborate with other institutions, representative bodies, so that we may take back this intel, so that we may further disperse and perpetuate what we know to be a problem, but rather now come across with solutions to tackle at our institutions.
UCT Student Representative Council has lauded the event. It's also welcomed the rollout of Tutuzela care centers. These are facilities geared at reducing secondary victimization and building cases that will result in successful prosecution.
One of the things that I would love to come out of this is something practical where we can build a TCC here at UCT, you know, whether it's in one of the residences or in a new building, and have students at least in neighboring campuses to come here too.
Deputy Higher Education, Science and Innovation Minister Buti Manamela has encouraged students to challenge gender-based violence that plays out under the guise of religion and culture.
And most, if not all of these traditional cultural and religious practices reinforces the superiority of men, makes men entitled, and amongst others, to women's bodies. And those are the things which we believe have to be challenged, of course not to the detriment of our cultures, our religions and our traditions.
Behavioral targeting has been highlighted as core factors that lead to stigma and discrimination. Fighting against these vices is key to eradicating gender-based violence and femicide. Student leaders are being urged to take a stand and lead this fight. Kevin Brandt, Cape Town.